It is roster update prediction time, ladies and gentlemen. This Friday, I think it's the 22nd, maybe the 23rd, I don't remember. We will be getting a roster update, and it will be covering both transactions as well as attributes. So yes, players will be going up and down in rating in Friday's roster update. So of course, that means I'm going to give you guys a roster update predictions video. You guys can take my predictions, you can decide to invest in them, you can decide not to, you can basically do whatever you want with them. But before we get into my picks, I need to clarify a couple things that I have to say every single time I make one of these videos. Number one, these are my opinions and my opinions alone. If a player that I predict to go gold doesn't go gold and you invested in him, that's your fault, not my fault. I didn't tell you to invest. Number two, I only cover upgrades, I do not cover downgrades. And number three, I only go over players that I think are jumping to the next tier. So only bronze to silver, silver to gold, gold to diamond. Jacob deGrom could definitely get upgraded in this roster update, but he's already a diamond, so I'm not really going to talk about him. With that being said, let's get into my picks. So we're going to go ahead and start it off with the bronze to silver upgrades. So the first guy that I'm going to go over is going to be Matt Duffy, third baseman from the Tampa Bay Rays. He's currently at a 74 overall bronze, so he just needs a 1 overall boost to get him to a silver. He's doing very well this season for Tampa Bay. He's hitting .318 on the year. He's got a .360 on base percentage, slugging .439 with a .799 on base plus slugging. And in the last 28 days, he's hitting .305 with a .353 on base. And in the last 2 weeks, he's slugging .608 with a .997 OPS, almost over 1,000. So he's really doing well over at third base for the Tampa Bay Rays. I think in this update, his contact and power versus righties definitely should go up. He's got an .896 OPS with 3 home runs, 10 doubles. So I think the right-handed slugging is there. I do think that will go up. And if you look at it, he's got -9 on the inside edge, bringing him down 3. If you just give him a little bit of a boost to his right-handed hitting or contact and power against righties, I do think that'll be easily enough to get him to a 75. Yeah, I think Matt Duffy does get there. It's not going to take much, and I think he will get that little bit of a boost because he's been performing well all season for the Rays. Next up, we've got Shin-Soo Choo from the Texas Rangers. He is a right fielder. This season, he's hitting .274. He's got a .374 on base percentage, .459 slugging, and an .859 OPS. In the last 28 days, he's been hitting .321 with an OPS over 1,000. He's got 12 home runs, 31 RBIs on the season, 14 doubles. For him, I think his power versus righties definitely should go up. He's destroying right-handed pitching in terms of power and slugging this season. 11 home runs, 8 doubles, hitting .283, so even the contact could go up, and he's got a .903 OPS just against right-handed pitching alone. So look at his numbers: 68 contact with 65 power against righties. He's playing +10 on inside edge. That brings him all the way up to a 77. I really think that Shin-Soo Choo could get an upgrade to the right-handed contact and power, and I do think that it will be enough to get him to a 75. Similar to Matt Duffy, he just needs a little bit of a boost. Only 1 overall and he gets there. I think Shin-Soo Choo does get the upgrade that gets him to a silver. So the last bronze to silver upgrade that I have for you guys is going to be Arodys Vizcaino? Not sure if I'm saying his name correctly. He's a closing pitcher from the Atlanta Braves, and he's already not a bad card in the game. He's already usable. As a bronze, this guy would be great for BR, this guy would be great for events, but really in the MLB, he's performing extremely well for the Braves. He's got a 1.82 ERA in 29 1/3 innings pitched. He's got 33 strikeouts with 12 walks. He's 15 for 17 on save opportunities. The batting average against him is .204 with a 1.15 whip, so he's doing a great job at keeping batters off base. He's doing a great job at limiting the runs allowed. He's done very well in the save category. You know, he's blown 2 saves, but 15 for 17 is still pretty good. But the biggest thing about Vizcaino that I think is going to bring him up 2 overall to a 75 is the fact that he hasn't allowed a run, not just an earned run, but a run overall. Nobody has scored against him since May 15th. That's over a month. That is a long time to go. While pitching consistently, it's not like he's only pitched a couple games. He's been a very, very consistent pitcher for the Atlanta Braves, and not allowing a run in over a month, I think he definitely deserves to be noticed for that. I think he gets an upgrade probably to the hits and Ks per 9. Maybe not the Ks per 9, but probably the hits per 9. And I think 2 overall to a 75 is very doable. I think he deserves it. I've got like 20 of this guy already for some reason, so I'm definitely looking forward to seeing if he goes silver. I think he'll make it. So those are my bronze to silver upgrades. There of course could be more, but I mean bronze to silver is probably the least exciting upgrade tier. Silver to gold is where I think you guys can make the most amount of stubs, and that's where we're about to head in this video right now. My first silver to gold upgrade for you guys is going to be Eduardo Escobar, the shortstop from the Minnesota Twins. This season, I didn't realize how good of a season he was having. I think he gets a little bit overshadowed by Eddie Rosario, but if you look at Escobar this season, he's playing very well. 302 average, 353 on base percentage, 579 slugging with a 932 on base, or OPS, I'm sorry. In the last 2 weeks, listen to these are like video game numbers right here. Video game. The last 2 weeks, 449 average, 491 on base, 587 slugging with an OPS of 1350. 1.350. That's insane. On the season, he's got 12 home runs, 45 RBIs, 30 doubles, and 2 triples. Eduardo Escobar is killing the ball. I think most of his hitting stats should go up. I think the contact should go up. I think the power should go up with those 12 home runs and 30 doubles. I really think he has enough in what his card is showing, him already being a 78. I think he really does have enough to bring him up to an 80 overall gold. It's a 2 overall jump, but with the way he's hitting, I think that could easily be reflected on his card to make his hitting stats go up, and I think he does get to be a gold. This guy I have that I think might go gold is Marcell Ozuna. Ozuna did start the season off as a gold, and then he got downgraded to a silver, but lately Ozuna has been back on the rise. He's been playing back towards his old self of the way he was in Miami, and I think he does have enough. He's only a 1 overall. He's a 79, so he's only 1 overall away, but this season he's hitting 294 with a 339 on base percentage, 444 slugging with a 784 OPS. He's got 10 home runs, 40 RBIs, and 6 doubles on the season. In the last month, last 28 days, he's hitting 410 with a 459 on base percentage, 718 slugging, and an OPS of over 1100. I think his contact and his power versus righties definitely should go up. He's still doing great against left-handed pitching. He's still raking in terms of contact from left-handed pitching. But against righties, he's hitting 280 with 7 home runs. I think the contact should definitely go up against righties. I think the power should go up against righties a little bit as well. And if you look at his card, Inside Edge has him plus 15 on the day. That brings him up all the way to an 83. Like, if you just give him a little bit of a boost against righties, he definitely goes up to an 80. I think Ozuna is a very good prediction. I think he's a very solid investment if you're going to try and do it. Now, the next guy I want to take a look at is actually Adam Jones. Adam Jones it was tough for me to really decide if I thought this guy was going to go gold or not, and it pretty much just came down to one statistic, so I will get into that obviously. But Adam Jones, he's hitting 293 this year. His on-base percentage is 313, 457 slugging with a 770 OPS. He hit 327 in the month of May with an 875 OPS, and he's hitting 339 so far in June. So overall, he's hitting very well, and you know, like, the attributes definitely could rise because of that. But there is one thing in particular with Adam Jones. The fact that I think his contact versus lefties should go up. He's at a 58 contact versus lefties right now, and this season against lefties, he's hitting 325. If you're going to bring anything up from Adam Jones, his contact versus lefties definitely needs to go up. And similar to Ozuna, he's only 1 overall away from being a gold. I think if you bring his contact versus lefties up, maybe even if it's like 65, you don't have to go to 80. You know, that's a big jump. But even if you go to like 65, maybe 68, something like that, I think that easily gets him to a gold. I really do. The only thing that could hold him back is the fact that he's striking out a lot this season and not taking a lot of walks. So the vision could possibly go down, meaning if the contact versus lefties did go up, it could possibly balance out and just keep him at a 79. But we'll just have to wait and see. Personally, I do think that he has enough to go gold. Another outfielder that I do think is going to go gold, it's a big week for outfielders apparently, is Nick Markakis. Now, Nick Markakis is having like a career year right now, now, man. He's hitting 327 with a 389 on base percentage, 488 slugging, and an 876 OPS. Like, he's just killing the ball everywhere. Like, nobody can get him out. He's got 8 home runs on the year, 44 RBIs, 21 doubles, 92 hits. He leads the entire National League in hits. He's been doing that pretty much since the start of the season. I honestly think every hitting stat should go up in terms of like at least the first 5. I don't know about discipline, clutch, bunt. I don't know how they get those attributes, but at least the contact and the power, maybe even the vision too. I do think all of those should go up. I think he's hitting the ball well against both sides, and he's hitting for a little bit of pop too. I mean, he's got a ton of doubles that goes into slugging. Like that's it. Like he needs to get an overall boost to his hitting just around the entire card. So I do think Nick Markakis gets a 2 overall jump. With that month of May he had, with the entire season he's putting together, he's proven to be one of the best outfielders in the league at the moment. So Nick Markakis definitely gets a gold from me. All right, so the next 2 guys that I'm talking about, I do think they have a chance at going gold, but if they don't, I'm not going to be completely shocked. Matt Kemp. Now, it's always hard for me to say Matt Kemp is going to get upgraded just because of like the whole thing last year where he was doing super well with the Braves. He was like at a 78 or something like that, and they just wouldn't give him a gold. I don't know what the deal was, and it just feels oddly similar this year with the Dodgers. So Matt Kemp, he's hitting 338, great average, 374 on base, 579 slugging, 953 OPS. He's killing the ball. He's just doing fantastic. 12 home runs, 43 RBIs, 16 doubles on the season. The last 28 days, he's hitting 360 with a 393 on base percentage, 693 slugging, and an OPS over 1,000. So recently, Matt Kemp has been destroying the ball. He's just been good all around all year. I think he definitely needs to be an all-star. But what I think should go up on Matt Kemp is I definitely think the power should go up. 67, 64, pretty good power. It's not the worst in the world. It's better than a lot of cards, but I do think the power should go up to match similar to his contact, maybe a little bit less. But the reason I'm kind of hesitant on saying he for sure is going gold is just because it's a 4 overall jump. And if you look at what he got on Inside Edge today, plus 17, that brings him up to an 81. So it's possible, but he's going to have to get 17, what is that, 30, 38, 36, whatever that is. 34. It's definitely 34, Cougs. Nice. But he's going to have to get like 34 attribute points or close to 30 attribute points all over the hitting in order to actually get him to that gold. So I think he could get upgraded. I just don't know if it's going to be all the way to the gold, man. It's tough. I think there's a chance, but I don't know if it's going to happen. So the other guy that I think has a decent shot at going gold, I don't know if it'll happen, is actually Whit Merrifield. I think he has a little bit of a better chance to go gold than Kemp does just because of the overall difference. Kemp needs 4 overall. Whit Merrifield only needs 2. And Whit Merrifield is actually having a pretty good year. He's hitting 294 with a 371 on base percentage, 424 slugging, 795 OPS. He's got 22 doubles on the year, 4 home runs, 23 RBIs. In the month of June, he's hitting 327 with a 407 on base, 868 slugging. He definitely is one of the shining spots for the Kansas City Royals in that lineup, because there's not really a ton to celebrate if you're a Royals fan right now at the moment, but I do think Whit Merrifield definitely could get a little bit of a boost to the power in particular. Maybe you get the power against, which one was it, righties? Or maybe lefties, honestly. 4 home runs against lefties. I could see that power being bumped up to like a 55 or something like that. So I don't know. It's tough. Whit Merrifield, I feel like, is playing very similar to what the card actually shows. I don't know what's going to get upgraded, but we'll have to wait and see. I do think he has a chance, though. So those are my silver to gold predictions. And now, of course, guys, it's time to talk about gold to diamond. And I really hate to be that guy, but my gut is personally telling me that nobody is gonna go diamond this week. I will tell you guys who I think maybe has the best chances, but my gut is saying that nobody is gonna get that big time upgrade this week that they're looking for. Of course, one guy I want to talk about all the time is Gerrit Cole. He should have been a diamond by now. The reason I am not totally convinced that he'll go diamond this week is because he's, at least in my mind, he's proven that he should be a diamond throughout the season, and he continued to pitch well throughout all these weeks. The last roster update prediction I did was on June 6th for the June 8th update. So I made the prediction on June 6th saying like, oh, he should be a diamond, he's amazing. Then June 7th, the day after that, he had another amazing start. Then June 8th came out, he wasn't a diamond. And then in between June 8th to now, he did have another start, and I guess you could technically say it was his worst start of the season because he allowed the most earned runs he had all year, which was 4, and he still won the game. They still won like 13-5 or something like that, and he went 6 innings. So it was still a pretty good start, but it wasn't like the stellar start that Gerrit Cole had been putting together all season. So I don't know, man. I do think Gerrit Cole should be a diamond. I think he still has kind of a chance, but this week it's hard for me to say definitively that I think he's going to go diamond. Like I said, I think he should be there, but I don't know if I can trust SDS with the Gerrit Cole stuff anymore. It's just, I've been hurt. And the other guy that I think actually has kind of a decent chance of going diamond, maybe not this week, but maybe like the week after or something like that, is Michael Brantley. Michael Brantley is hitting the ball very well, and if you look at his inside edge today, +9 against righties, up to an 85. All he needs is +9 against righties to bring him up to an 85, and I do think his power versus righties should go up because he's really hitting for power this year against right-handed pitching. So I think the power versus righties should go up, maybe not 9, I don't know. I think he has a decent chance. I don't think it'll be happening this week, but Michael Brantley is definitely a guy that I'm going to be keeping my eye on this week and the next couple weeks as well. So no, I do not have George Springer going diamond this week. I do not have Andrelton Simmons going diamond this week. I do not have Josh Hader going diamond this week. Gary Sanchez should be downgraded this week. And that is kind of where I stand on the roster update. So let me know in the comments if you guys disagree with any of my choices. Let me know if there's anybody that I missed. Let me know basically just give me your thoughts down in the comments. If people have other ideas, they can leave it down there. They can get more info in the comments and maybe make some more investments. So, go ahead and start a little bit of a discussion down there. But anyway, guys, that is my predictions, or those are my predictions for this week's roster update. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new to keep up with all the new MLB The Show 18 stuff, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.